Thought about alchemy, then you can brew potions, right? Like shrinking potions, for example.
Oh, don't hold much store by magic potions. People start craving them. Start with weak potions from itsy-bitsy little phials, then at some point they aren't enough anymore. Suddenly it's got to be small potions, then medium, then large, then epic.
A single vial that would shrink me back to the size of a rat would be enough for me.
Oh, no, much too dangerous.
So we're gonna have to trick her somehow.
What are you cooking?
Stew, it's always stew.
Tasty. What kind?
It's always the same, has been for years, but new things are added every day, whatever happens to appear. If you want stew, come back later, it isn't ready yet.
I couldn't help but notice that you, sometimes mumble to yourself.
I'm thinking.
Well, most people do that silently.
Oh, because they aren't thinking properly. You aren't asking the pertinent questions.
For example?
If glue sticks to anything, then why doesn't it stick to the inside of the glue tube? Why do noses run, but feet smell? Why is abbreviation such a long word?
I, don't know.
You see, you take these things for granted, but it's completely mad.
I like Ethel. She's funny.
Perhaps one can ask oneself too many questions. What do you reckon?
If a theatre has been filled to the last seat, who has this last seat been reserved for? And how did the inventor of the clock know what time it is?
That's... How do you come up with these things?
There are unanswered questions all around us, and no one is doing anything about it. If you eat pasta first, then antipasta, have you eaten anything at all?
Well, yes, you've just eaten them in the unusual order, but...
Maybe you shouldn't ask yourself all those questions. Or, at least, not all at once.
Oh, it can do your head in. Was on the brink of creating a self-help group, but then I thought, self-help group? Isn't that a contradiction in itself?
Yeah, maybe some questions don't need to be answered.
But are we not here to answer questions? That's why I love alchemy. It gets to the bottom of life's deepest ones.
It was nice to have met you, Ethel.
Knew you already. You lay in Timmy's bed for days. Why? It wasn't your fault what happened to the Archmage.
You think? Imagine if a few rats were to die because it turned out that, in reality, you couldn't cook. How would you feel?
Not good. I'd blame myself. Would feel stupid. But Monsieur de Dumas requests your assistance. You can't leave him in the lurch.
I tried to help last time too, and it ended in disaster. Who can say that it won't happen again?
Questions, questions, tricky questions.
She's a very likable rat. As weird of a sentence as that is.
The little guy seems to be doing well. He gets fed regularly, has his own swing. Bad life. If I was still small as a rat, I could easily leave the caves. The rats have their secret entrances to the city everywhere.
And climb through? Yeah, can't.
Maybe if I'm very careful...
Nope.
Ouch!
If you want something to eat, ask.
Okay.
A more or less white tea towel. Ouch!
That's mine.
Sorry.
Well,
When the candle is lit, it doesn't just provide light, it also warms your feet when you're rat-sized and lying in Timmy's bed. I don't think Ethel would be thrilled if I just took the candle.
no, she doesn't seem to be thrilled if you try and take anything.
The crook bought me the water skin on the second day. It was high time too. I was dying of thirst. It's made of rubber. That's pretty unusual. Water skins are usually made from everyday materials such as animal stomachs and the like. Not something exotic like rubber.
Because it definitely isn't a balloon. Yeah, okay. I think that's it for now.
What's this? Some kind of little bag. I'll take it with me. This must be garbage from the upper town. The tableware might not be the latest word in fashion, but it's perfectly fine, apart from the leftovers. No, I think I'll just leave it there. The plates are covered in greasy leftover sauce, and I'm not a fan of washing up. Especially when I didn't even dirty them myself.
It does play a part. Yeah.
That might even work. Wow! You can inflate rat water skins. Who'd have thought?
So now it's inflated. Do you just want to wipe it? No.
No, I think the plates are especially.
Okay. Cables.
A couple of power lines. They lead through the ceiling somewhere up there. One strand goes into the rats' camp, the other leads down towards the junkyard. I always thought Gnomehull was the only place with electricity. But beyond the White Ridge Mountains, it's been used here and there for years. I always thought Gnomehull was...
Sewage pipe?
The bit of sewer pipe is so heavy that it's sunk halfway into the ground over the years. Not surprising, really. The ground here isn't stone, it's firmly trodden waste.
That sounds wonderful.
I wonder where the pipe comes from. Seastone is known, or shall we say, infamous, for not having any sewers to speak of. Maybe someone wanted to change that, and this is both the beginning and the end of their efforts. The bit of sewer pipe is so heavy that it's not surprising. There's a few artificial columns and arches here, as well as natural caves. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some mining done here once.
You can climb into it?
Maybe I can get a better view from up there. Yep, definitely better. Not decisively, though.
What the fuck? Okay, let's look at the belt.
Looks like, a V-belt? I wonder how it got up there. The moon is shining through the hole. That could be my way out of here. If the situation in Seastone really is as dismal as Remy says it is, I'll have to be very careful once I leave the hole. That said, first, I gotta get up there. Clearly out of my reach.
Yeah, kinda clearly. Well. So we can still step on there.
A fur collar that looks almost new. Why would you throw something like that away? One could have given it to the poor, or even left it on the chinchillas. That's all I wanted.
Fluffy
Strip
fur.
of pretty long head fur. Hey! The hairs on the fur are all standing on end. There must be some kind of electrical current.
Well, it is. Well, go into the cave, go to the lit area. I guess the entire thing is kind of called the cave, but...
Wow! A workshop worthy of a gnome. I wonder whose it is.
I like how everything is just junk or garbage or
Everything
rubbish.
down here is old and used. Some of it's pretty strange too. But every single thing now has a second life and a new task. Everything down here is old and used. Some of it's pretty... But every single... As a gnome, I can recognize what that is immediately. A garbage sucker, which sucks garbage in the front and blows it out the back. Some might wonder why, but good inventors never ask such questions.
Very helpful, yes.
Oh, this is a clock cuckoo's nest. They are so rare. They build their nests in human houses and disguise them as clocks. When the homeowners aren't looking, they fly around and steal cookies and other treats. Although it looks more like a replica of a clock cuckoo's nest. There are people who actually hang these things in their living rooms. The clock isn't ticking. Presumably it can be wound through the little hexagonal hole in the dial if you have the right key. The clock isn't ticking.
Okay, so we need some sort of key for that.
A small box with a switch on it. I will resist.
No, you won't.
Well, alright. That could be the best machine ever built.
What did it do? Oh, it just flips it back.
Just one more time. Just one more time.
Oh, I'm not sure what he said. It's pretty funny. Okay.
Oh. This thing has way too many cogwheels, levers and gauges for me. All of the other members of my family would definitely know what to do with this. But all I ever wanted to do was magic. Some sort of machine. And since I'm not only a flop at magic, but also know absolutely nothing about technology, I have no idea what it's for.
Okay. So we have a tab.
This is the strangest rock I've ever seen. It glitters and it glows a little. That thing looks magical to me. I don't want anything to do with it. That thing looks...
Well, thanks for that.
2 power cables have been connected here. Not very professionally, I'd say. I'd better leave it alone. 2 power... Not very...
So what happens if we flip it?
Works!
Running water. Inside the sewers. Good to know.
Why build something out of wood when you can build it out of iron? That was one of my granddad's favourite sayings. That philosophy brought me iron toys, iron shoes for the garden, and lucky, my iron horse. Someone took the trouble to cut the boards and I don't need them at the moment.
Okay, not for now.
Electrical cable. This workshop is amazingly well equipped, considering it was built from scrap. No idea why they're there. Best leave them alone. I had a few shocking experiences with electricity back home.
Yeah, shocking experiences is one way to call it. Steam engine, apparently.
Boiler, combustion chamber, flywheel, a steam engine, clearly. The steam engine is probably supposed to power the strange machine next to it. Doesn't look like it ever did, though. The engineer must have run into a snag. The steam engine doesn't look...
Okay. Don't really know what else to do here, so... Then I guess let's go into the cave.
Ah, Wilbur, there you are. Have you changed your mind?
No. I just want to get out of here.
Highly regrettable.
What do you want down there in that dark hole?
I found your wand down there years ago. My grandfather, a true rat adventurer of lore, climbed into that hole just to find out what was down there. When he didn't return, everyone thought he was dead, apart from me.
You followed him?
Despite all the warnings, but I didn't find him. Instead, I found a wand. Just as I began examining it, a terrifying ghost set upon me and I fled. I don't know why I took the wand with me. Perhaps it wanted to be taken. When a little gnome came down to our town some years later with big ideas of becoming a mage,
I was very proud of my wand and... Oh. This ghost that followed you back then, do you think it's still down there?
I haven't dared return to the darkness for years because I'm convinced of it.
Then maybe you shouldn't go back down there.
Perhaps you're right, but someone's got to go and find out what's going on with that wand, right?
Remy?
Courage and conviction, Wilbur. Courage and conviction.
Good luck. The hole is eerie. Whenever you get close, it feels like icy fingers are reaching for you.
That doesn't sound nice.
Remy will be fine. He's tough, he's smart, brave, everything a hero should be.